Here's the secret. Even companies that are committed to paying the most in their industry struggle with hiring top talent. They can't just approach the top software engineer at Google because they're going to pay more. It's not that simple, but they want you to think that that's what everything hinges on. Here's a myth that small business owners believe and say all the time, and big businesses are happy to let you believe this. The reality is you can often hire the best people in your industry from the biggest employers if you understand and can leverage the 3 M's of hiring. Number 1, what makes you as an employer magnetic? What's going to attract somebody to your business as an employee? And if you sat down and thought about it, I bet you could come up with a few advantages you have compared to bigger companies. Maybe you could move faster. There's less red tape. Maybe it comes down to pay frequency or the types of projects that you work on. Think about that and start to have those ready to be able to share with potential candidates. Number 2, when you're talking to these candidates, you have to really understand what their movers are. And this can be done in literally 3 minutes. I go through and ask about the last 3 to 5 employers and understand, why did you leave? What did you like best? What did you like least? Why did you leave? And you can tick through those really quickly in just a few minutes. And listen, if every single time you ask, why did you leave, they said for $1 an hour more, that's a red flag right there that probably you don't need to continue interviewing this individual because they are money motivated, and that happens. But don't be afraid to dig in further. Oh, you left for $1 an hour more? Was there anything else? Well, actually, yeah, my manager was terrible too. Oh, what made them terrible, right? You have to dig past the surface issue, because the reality is, in their minds, they might have left for $1 an hour more, but they were open to that because they had a manager that jerked their chain. So get really clear on their movers. Number 3, motivators. I just shared with you my simple interview script of asking people what they liked best, least, and ultimately why they left the last 3 to 5 employers. And now you're in a position to highlight that once they leave their current employer and join your company, how you're going to be able to fulfill some of their deepest desires. And it's very rarely money. It's things like impact. It's things like recognition, working for a great leader or manager. All right, so let's recap. We've already gone through the work of understanding what's going to attract and draw in top talent from even the best paying employers. Second, we've gone through and understand what actually is going to move somebody from a good position, good paying job, relative stability, or whatever that is, to a new environment. And now we've highlighted how we are uniquely positioned to fulfill those motivators. Now you're in a great position to hire top talent, and money isn't the focus of the conversation or even the top mover or motivator. Here's the secret. Even companies that are committed to paying the most in their industry struggle with hiring top talent. They just don't want you to know that. They still have to go through these same processes of identifying movers and motivators that are not financial. They can't just approach the top, software engineer at Google because they're going to pay more. It's not that simple, but they want you to think that that's what everything hinges on. So now that you know, go out and figure out the 3 M's.